Yes, guys, and a welcome from me, Championship Manager 0102. Time for a player profile. And I'm shocked I've never actually done this guy before, believe it or not, because this guy's a key player of Championship Manager 0102, no matter what you say. Some people might pronounce his first name differently. Is it Arjen? I don't know. Arjen Robben. Where do we start with Arjen Robben in respect of whether we start with CM or as a player? So we'll start with him in CM, shall we? Obviously, I've fired up my profile save here, so we can go 10 seasons in. He starts as a young kid. He has a pre-arranged deal to go to PSV. Now, quite often than not, that deal collapses because PSV have possibly bought another player because it's a pre-arranged deal at the end of season 1. They've spent some money in that first season and they don't have the money to buy him. So then the deal gets scuppered and and somebody else can take advantage of that. And as you can see in this, Newcastle United did. Now, if you just look at just how, I have got a Dutch League open. So season 1 did really well despite that pre-arranged deal in place. Season 2, when the deal fell through, 5 games did really well. Newcastle swooped in with a £10 million move. And, look how prolific he's been ever since then. I'm not saying he's jumps out the page. He's not an 800 and above rating player. But, look at that. 0809, 17 assists and 10 goals is fucking phenomenal. With his attributes, which these could obviously differ from save to save, but predominantly he's obviously a left winger. Low injury prone, particularly on this save. Let's have a look. He's got 16 aggression, so we'll have a look at his bans, if he's had any. Yeah, he's had a couple of red cards over the last 10 years. Nothing too crazy. And in terms of injuries, it's a very good injury record, isn't it? It's nothing too serious whatsoever. But even in this, right, 10 seasons in, look how well. He's probably peaking now. He's probably peaking. And obviously in this particular game, this profiles game, when I first played it, which was my 7-up game, I never actually realised that he went amiss on that move to PSV. So he really is deadly. And, it's a question as to where somebody would play him. Not everybody plays wingers. But if you don't play wingers, if you do play a narrow sort of formation, if you do play a sort of narrow formation like that, you could probably play him roughly where I've got Romario, maybe where I've got the Raul regen. He will do well. There's no doubt how well he will do, Robben. So let's talk about him in real life now then. 40 years of age now, born in Holland of course, and naturally his position is a winger. He was a youth academy at VV Bedum before moving to Groningen. Now, Groningen, of course, is who he starts at CM, and it was already arranged that he was going to go to PSV at the end of season 1. I'm not a big fan of pre-arranged deals, personally, for this very, very reason. But in reality, he did make that move to PSV from Groningen in 2002, where he then acquired 56 appearances, 17 goals over 2 years. Now, in 2004, of course, he made the move to Chelsea. Now, whenever I watched Robben, because this is at the peak of when I really followed the top flight, what would I have been, 24, 25 years of age, and I thought he was always fucking brilliant to watch. I like fast players. I like to watch players that have got real dynamic speed. And at Chelsea, he actually, from 04 to 07, he actually only made 67 appearances. I think he had an injury somewhere on the line there as well. 15 goals. 07 made the move to Real Madrid, where he got another 50 games, 11 goals. And then, of course, from 09, when he left Real Madrid, he was at Bayern Munich for 10 years, where he amassed 200 odd games, actually 201 to be precise, and 99 goals. And I always think back, he retired in 2019, and then he made a return in 2020. So 36 years of age, he returned to Groningen. So I don't mind that, because he almost returned to where it all started. I'd love to have known what what his wage was when he returned, but he only made 6 appearances and he didn't score in that season, 2020 to 21. For Holland, I really have a lot of admiration for him when it comes to the national team, because he played for the under-15s of Holland, the under-16s, the under-17s, 19s and 21s, as well as obviously the national team from 2003 through to 2017, where he achieved 96 caps, 37 goals. And I just thought, I never understood, probably because I always watched him and I always was fascinated by him, never understood why Chelsea sold him. Never really did. Never got it. I say that, I mean, I don't really know the ins and outs, but for all I know, maybe Real Madrid were doing what they do best. And, you know, the way that they goad players to join them by declaring their interest. And that player then says, yeah, it's been my dream to always play for Real Madrid. It fucking winds me up. Pisses me off. But yeah, he really is an absolute quality player. I like the idea that he went back to Groningen. I don't like the idea that he retired and came back, if that makes sense. I wouldn't mind if he'd gone straight there from Bayern Munich. I mean, to be fair, 10 years at Bayern Munich, excuse me, and he really did it, didn't he? I mean, 2 years at PSV, 56 games. 3 years at Chelsea, 67 games. 2 years at Real Madrid, 50 games. That's not the most successful statistic in the world. But generally speaking, you know, in real life, you know, I think Bayern Munich is where he did it. I think he'd be pissed off that he didn't actually hit century goals for Bayern Munich. 99 is a bit shit, but overall, in total, I made a note of this: 426 appearances, 150 goals. I would love to know how many assists he got. I don't really know if you can get that sort of information, or how accurate it is anyway. So that is Robben, and of course, as I said, his credentials in CM are phenomenal. And if you've got any experiences with Robben, share it with us. I'd love to know. Till next time from me, guys, take it easy.